If they borrow money from money lenders, a considerable part of their earnings goes towards paying interest or vati. That's why they have to save some amount from their earning to buy next day's purchases. Clear? Take one example. If they borrow money from the money lenders, how much they have to pay? Okay. If they borrows rupees 500 from a money lender, money lenders give them only rupees 450. After deducting 50 rupees, money lenders pay to the traders, vendors only 450. And these traders have to pay back rupees 500 on the next day. Immediate day, how much they have to pay? 500. Means how much extra they are paying? 50 rupees they are paying extra to the money lenders. Means 50 rupees is a interest per day. Clear? That much money they have to pay to money lenders if they take money from money lenders. Why they take money from money lenders? So no one, example, banks won't give loans to these small traders. Why? Because they cannot show security to the banks, and they take small amounts from the money lenders. That's why banks won't give the money. Next, in towns, these vendors have permanent place hired either from the municipality or from private shop owners. So here, in the shops towns, these vendors, street vendors, may sell their goods by taking some shops from municipality or private shop owners. Some people sell their goods on the pavements also. Already you know pavement means where we walk, footpaths. When you go to Koti, you can observe that so many people sell their goods on the pavements. Sometimes municipality officials will come and vacate them from their places. They do not have any facilities to purchase, preserve the unsold vegetables. So these small vendors, if any goods left without selling, so they don't have any facilities at their homes, fridges, or godowns to store those unsold vegetables. But wholesalers who sell goods, they have these facilities, storage facilities and godowns, and they can also borrow money from the banks with low interest rates. So that's why they will get more income, and these wholesalers or other people will become rich, but small people become poor and poor. Okay, so like that, the street vendors sell goods to the customers by carrying goods on the heads or on their heads, and sometimes they use small vehicles to carry these goods. I think you have observed these vendors every day. Next, weekly markets. So the in the town, all people know about the weekly markets. Means Santa. So what is meaning of Santa? So usually every Monday or Sunday, okay, nearby your houses, the people sell the vegetables. So those are called Santas. A market held for a day in the week at different localities of a town or at different small towns is called Santa. So the traders move from one Santa to another and sell their goods. Here, the traders or small vendors, sell their goods only in santas every day. They don't carry in the streets. Okay, these are different. So these people buy the goods from the market, and they will sell these goods in only in santas. Every day they move one santas to another santa to sell their goods. So more than 25,000 such people, santalu, are functioning in India. More than 25,000 such santalu are functioning in India. Besides agriculture produce like chili, a large number of industrial produce like clothes, ready-made goods, pots, plastic items are also sold in santas. Okay, not only vegetable goods, vegetables or agricultural goods, they sell different goods also in santa. So these traders pay rupees 10 to the panchayat as a tax to sell their goods in santas. The people should pay some amount to the local authority. They pay 10 rupees as tax. Nearly three-fourths of the traders in santas are women. Okay, in santas most of the people, the sellers are women. Next, Raitu Bazaars, already you know Raitu Bazaar. Okay, before the Raitu Bazaar, you can discuss about one Santa which is conducted in Chautupal. So there, they allot separate space for different goods like trading cattle, grocery items, and non-edible items. So there is much place is there. So that's why they provide different places for different goods. Here, more than all type of goods they sell here. Okay. Next, Raitu Bazaar in Telangana. So a bazaar where farmers sell their goods, example fruits and vegetables, directly to consumers. So here there is no middleman. So the farmers who are producing their goods, they carry the vegetables with their own vehicles, and they sell in the Raitu Bazaars to the customers. So what is the benefit to them? So if they sell goods to directly to the customers, they will get more income. Okay, they earn more income, and they will get income regularly. Okay, what is the benefit of the customers? Customers will get um, vegetables in a cheaper rate, no middleman between the farmer and consumer. That's why they purchase goods less than the market price, and consumer get fresh fruits or fresh vegetables. Okay, these are the benefits of the consumers. Okay, so what they will do here, Raitu Bazaars, a place you can, if you go Kukatpalli, there is a one Raitu Bazaar. So in the Raitu Bazaar usually they show the market prices or vegetable prices in the beginning of the Raitu Bazaar. Okay, so after seeing the prices, we can buy the goods from the producer or farmers. So to sell goods in the Raitu Bazaars, the authority will issue some identity cards to the farmers, and they provide some space to them to sell their goods. So that's why only farmers can sell their goods in the market. No middleman or another traders won't allowed into these Raitu Bazaars. Okay, so in the Raitu Bazaar, the price will be fixed by the committee members who are appointed to fix the prices. They will consult the farmers and they will add some profit on the produce price. Later, they will fix the rate of the vegetables or fruits or another goods. So these prices will be the lesser than the market price. Lesser than the market price. Okay, so for this purpose, these farmers will pay some tax to the market authorities. Clear? So like that, here both the people, here farmers and consumers will get the benefit. Clear? Next, Pavala Vadi. Sometimes to help the poor people, government introduced this system, Pavala Vadi system, means interest, an interest of 25 paisa for every 100 rupees per month. So in the previous example, if they take money from the money lenders, they have to pay 50 rupees within a day. But here, if they take money from the banks under Pavala Vadi scheme, so only 25 paisa they have to pay to the banks for 1 month. So this is benefit to the people. Next, self-help groups. Self-help groups, SHG. So a group of people who help by themselves and help the needy with less interest of money. So this is called self-help groups. So here these self-help group people form one group with 20 or 50 members. Okay, every day they share some amount from their earnings. Every day they will deposit 10 rupees or monthly 100 or 500 by every member. So out of this fund, so they will give loans to the same group members. So example, if they saved 10,000 in a month, so out of 10,000, they will give loans to their members 1,000 like that. So they will collect some interest on that. So like that they don't go to money lenders. Okay, like how the Pavala Vodis they are getting like this with less interest. The members in the group can get money from the self-help groups and they will repay slowly with lesser interest. Like that, these people help themselves and help the needy with less interest of money. Clear? Okay. So this is the information of about trade of agriculture produce. So we'll discuss part B in the next class. Thank you.